The Daniel and Georgia Show is brought to you by listeners like you. Please support this podcast at specialchronicles.com/give. That's specialchronicles.com/give. Welcome back to the Daniel and Georgia Show. This is Season 2, Episode 6. My name is Daniel from DanielAndGeorgia.com and SpecialChronicles.com.
And my name is Georgia, and I'm Chef G at Georgia's Kitchen, and I'm also his love interest.
True love.
True love.
Yes. And we're coming to you live as we're taping this live on Sunday, the 17th of May, 2020, on this rainy Sunday in the Chicago suburbs. I'm really looking forward to the day that when we can be recording this in the same studio. My cutest true love.
Same here.
So we're back in the studio. Listeners will remember last week we were coming to you live from a Bikecast, a cycling podcast we recorded with our moms. It was a special Mother's Day show last week, right?
Yes.
People can still go back and listen to that or watch that. And we had wind noise when we also had.
There's a lot of wind, but we
nailed
it out of the park.
In addition to the wind noise, we were talking with masks over our faces, so like it was like double the challenging to listen. But hopefully, you guys still got a lot out of that episode. So go back, listen to that if you missed that. And on this Season 2, Episode 6 of the Daniel and Georgia Show, we want to remind you. We really thank all of you for donating to our digital media platform, specialchronicles.com/give. It means the world to us. We love all of our supporters and all of our listeners, and for all of you guys also who have been sharing your feedback with us, whether you are DMing us, you're tweeting us, you're tagging us with the hashtag Daniel and Georgia Show. Following us on social media at Daniel and Georgia, emailing us. Georgia, we've been getting some emails from people, Daniel and Georgia at specialchronicles.com. And yeah, so let's get the show kicked off. And by the way, you guys stay tuned because at the end of the program, we're going to have a special guest calling in all the way from the UK. And Georgia, you have to remind me to tell our special guest, fellow SSIGM Ian, at the end of the program, that the UK is now, for the longest time, so the US has been number one most listeners, and Canada has always been in number 2. But now the UK has surpassed Canada, and so the UK is the number 2 most listeners. So most people are listening. The second most listened country is the UK, right?
Yeah.
Is that neat?
Yes.
So let's get the show kicked off. And I think I know what channel you're on because I forgot. Wait. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, we're good. So, Georgia, memories of date nights past. And we're going to also talk about the moment that we fell in love with each other. And we were talking about this yesterday when we were just FaceTiming, just to kind of, like we always do. Like, I mean, FaceTime off air. This is an on air. This on air conversation is like when we FaceTime when we're off air. So, right?
Yeah.
So let's see. How can we begin this show?
I have two of my favorite pictures from our past.
But let's do this in the form of a story where we go. Let's begin with the moment that we first fell in love, and then we're gonna kind of work our way through because this is memories of date night past date nights. Okay, and so let's talk about first that moment when we first fell in love with each other.
Okay, so I actually wrote about our moment. When we first met as teenagers, we were both involved with Special Olympics, all through Global Messenger training, and Special Chronicles as well.
Yep.
I was his first co-host back in the day.
In studio, yep.
In the studio. Also, when I first started playing sports, he was doing the same thing as well. He got involved with a lot of technology, and he is the best at photography and podcasting, like tonight. That's when I knew he's the one for me. He is a swimmer just like me. He and I have lots of common and interest. Back then, both he and I met lots of celebrities. Like with Dan, he met Andy Grammer, and I met Ozzie Guillen.
Well, those are like two most recent examples.
Yes. I remember the first time I saw him, my heart jumped. And he just makes my day a lot better back then. Mm-hmm. He is 6 feet, and I am 5'4", and we are the Romeo and Juliet couple offline.
And online.
I was getting to that.
Oh, okay.
And
clearly I've read this before.
And an epic love story online.
Awesome. And so, and the moment that I first fell in love with you was that first time when we first met at that athlete leadership training. And furthermore, when I invited you in studio, it'd be the first co-host in studio, I fell in love with you. Like, I instantly knew this girl is very cute, very attractive, very beautiful. It's cutest smile. I mean, still today. And it's thanks to Karen Milligan. We were going to call her live on the air, but she's busy tonight. So we'll have to get Karen on the show in an upcoming episode. Yeah, because it's thanks to Karen. I mean, I don't know if, this one, like this show, the Daniel and Georgia show that people are listening to right now is on the independent platform of specialchronicles.com. And so we can say this, that Karen and Witty Special Olympics is a matchmaker. Can we say that? Like,
well, yeah, because I also did the pictures of the past. That was one of them, actually. Yeah, Karen Milligan matched us together.
Yeah, and so I don't know if that's a way, if like Chris Winston and the marketing team at Special Olympics Illinois, or anybody at Special Olympics International, like Tim Shriver, if any of them, if that's a good marketing way to describe Special Olympics for us athletes as this is a dating, it's not a dating app, it's not a dating service, but it's a dating service. Yes. I mean, it kind of, well, okay. Can we say that? Can we say it's a Special Olympics as a dating service?
No, not really.
No, not really. But it is what it is. I mean, it's a dating service, kind of, sort of. I mean, okay, maybe not totally. What we mean by that, folks, those just tuning in, and you want doing Special Olympics, dating service? No. What we're talking about is the athlete leadership program is that moment. And Wadey, when you came in studio, not the studio that I'm broadcasting from right now, but like a different studio, the original studio, is Wadey, that moment when I fell in love with you. I mean, and even just looking at you right now in that cute top and smile is just so cute and attractive and beautiful. I mean, I wish I could hug and cuddle with you right now, like we do on date night past date nights. But I mean, I'm always there for you. I'm always this is another emotional beginning segment, but like
I'm crying and laughing at the same time.
There's just something witty, cute, and beautiful and attractive about you that I just fell in love with you. It was that first moment. And it just kind of something like your sister Emma had texted to me that, like, let me see if I can find that one line, and I really believe it. She said that, meaning you, she's a total cutch, and so are me. But like, I mean, yeah, just so completely in love with you.
When I knew that you were the one that I wanted to fall in love with, you are my other half of everything that we've been through. And having someone who's there to take care of me when I have ups and downs, I want to go old with you.
I want to go with you too, and yeah, to have someone just like I'm always there for you, to have someone to take care of me, to be I don't know if I can, yeah, to okay, maybe not take, well, you know what I mean, right? Like to have someone to really care for me and love me unconditionally, like I love you unconditionally.
I mean, I have so many memories of you in my room. I have memories of you. Pictures.
I have so many memories of you in my room and in my studio. I think I added up in my room and in my studio. I have like 5 plus, I think 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe. I have somewhere like between my room and my studio. So my room is right on the other side of this wall of it, of where I'm facing. Like I'm facing like the wall that I'm facing right now. Well, I'm kind of in the middle of like 3 walls. But like if I were to like face where my desk is, and like I'm looking at a picture of you, And on the other side of that wall is my room. So I've got 5 pictures in there, six pictures in there, and 5 pictures in my studio. So I have a total of 12 pictures of you. Every day and every night, when I look at those pictures, when I look at you, think of you, I just fall in love with you at every moment of every day and night. And I really, yeah. So.
Well, speaking of pictures of the past, since
we're talking,
about this,
it's like we planned this episode. It's a good transition. That's a good transition. See, that's why we make a good team.
Yeah.
Georgia writes the show notes. And I just am doing all the tech behind the scenes. So.
Yeah. So the number one picture that I actually saw online, which was last night, was our bike dates. So.
And speaking of, and that was most recent because that happened last week.
The most recent.
Mother's Day, weekend.
Yeah.
And by the way, folks, if you guys are wondering where are all these pictures, we're gonna continue to keep all at Daniel and Georgia Instagram, as well as our at Daniel and Georgia Facebook page, and our Daniel Georgia us Twitter. We're gonna continue to keep our social media updated with pictures, particularly on our at Daniel and Georgia Instagram. So go there, our at Daniel and Georgia Instagram and Facebook page, to find these pictures that we're talking about, and we'll also find a way to include these on our danielandgeorgia.com website if you guys would like as well. So yeah, I mean, and that most recent bike date pictures, that's just the most recent, but that wasn't the first time. I mean, yes, it was the first time with both of our moms together, but it was also.
It was a way of me seeing you in person.
Recently, since this whole social distance, stay at home stuff. Yeah, but we've gone on bike dates in the past, right? The past 5 years that we've been dating, we've gone on, plenty of bike date nights. So that's a memory that I also love and share with you.
And then we also have our date nights. I actually have a picture frame that would entitle one of our date nights.
One of our date nights. That was our 5U anniversary date night.
Yeah.
Which
this was our 5U.
We're kind of jumping ahead in the list. But now, if people are listening to the audio podcast, you wonder what picture is my cutest true love showing on screen, just look for the video on our YouTube or Facebook Watch pages, and you will find that. tv.danielandgeorgia.com/watch. But can you hold that up again? Yeah, I have that same picture where it's like a true love picture. We're looking at each other in our eyes, and I've got that next to my.
Every single time I look at this picture, I realize that he's the one for me.
Yeah,
and I always dream about him every single night.
And every time that I see that, I always know that you're very cute and attractive, but also that you're the true love for me that I want to be with.
Thank you, babe.
So let's move on.
All right, so
date nights. It's kind of just a general term. Number 2 that you have on there.
All right, so I have one more picture to show, and it's our 2 wedding dates that we did. The first one was actually from your sister Stephanie.
Wait! How come it was date nights? What did you mean by that?
Okay, scratch what I just said.
Oh yeah, we'll get to what you said in a moment. But like, what did you mean by date nights? As in,
well, for date nights, we talk a lot.
FaceTime, in person.
Yeah.
We go out to eat. We go to movies.
Mm-hmm.
Movie date nights. Yeah, that's a topic. Movie date nights. Movie.
Yeah. I also have movie dates down too.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. Apparently, I need to flip the page, slide the page because it's on the iPad. Okay, slide the page, flip the page. You know, you guys get it. Okay. So let's move on to wedding date nights. Dates.
Wait, date nights or wedding dates?
I thought we did talk about date nights.
Okay.
Okay. Well, no. Did you want to say anything else about date nights? Yeah, you do. No?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. So 2 wedding dates.
Okay, so I have only one picture from one of the wedding dates that we did have. One is for my this is a giant picture.
Okay, and it's just for our listeners, our audio listeners to know if you're watching the video, it is the same picture that Georgia's holding up, the same picture that's above my head in the studio, right?
Yes.
I don't know if you can see what the spotlight is on me, but like, hold on, let's see if I can tone this. Let's just keep that spotlight there. So the picture is above me.
Yes, it is above you.
So it's.
This was taken from.
Can I just say? Oh, it was taken what?
This was taken from my twin sister's wedding.
Yes, and just so our listeners know that, so our listeners know, in case you were wondering, the dress you're wearing is so cute.
Yeah, so this is actually, this is not the first, yes, sorry. This is the first time I actually wore this dress, and when I first put it on, I felt so comfortable in it. And it's very dance-worthy type dress. I look at this picture every single night when I'm in bed. And from that moment on, this would have been the best picture I've ever had received. And I actually got this for Christmas.
Yeah, and me too. But your other sister.
My other sister, Emma, and her fiance, Sam, gave this one for me and for
me. For both of us, right?
For the both of us.
Yeah, that's why we have the same picture. Okay, yeah, good. And the other date night?
Well.
Just so we can move this on.
Hold on, let me put this back up. Quick. Okay, let me go get the other one. Right back.
No, wait. I mean, I've got it over here. Do you want me to get it?
Yes, why don't you go ahead and get that one?
Okay, and as I get it, do you want to talk to our listeners and tell us about the what picture from the other wedding date night that I'm getting? Tell our listeners. Tell our listeners what picture that's for. Like, where was it from?
Where's the picture?
I'm going to get it, but like, set it up for our listeners.
Oh, okay. So listeners, if you're out there,
yeah, they're out there. Trust me.
All right. So listeners, if you're out there, please comment, and we would love to hear your feedback about this show.
Yes, we will. And speaking of that, I'm going to hold the picture up for. Oh wait, hold on. I think I need to have the spotlight on this. Let me see if I can lower my spotlight. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Let me see if I can. You guys can see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So you want to describe?
Okay. So this picture was actually taken from Steph Minden, Dan's sister, and that was taken from her wedding.
This was a good picture. I feel like we should have used this for a Christmas card last year, but
Yeah.
But yeah, and your foot is popping.
Yes, my foot can pop. It's more like my Cinderella moment where most people can pop their feet up.
Yeah. Yeah. So awesome. So I'm gonna go put this back, and yeah, those are a little. It's a cloud that I made. So do you want to tell listeners what the next? No, well, we kind of covered movie dates, right, and anniversary dates. 5 year.
Yeah.
You
So
want to move
that was number 5.
Anniversaries. No, 3 was wedding dates. 4 was movie dates. 5 was anniversary. 5 year. 6.
Yeah.
One.
So we are number 6. Okay. Number 6 was when Dan started at Goodwill.
No, not Goodwill. You have United. United Airlines. So, okay.
No, wait. This was taken a couple of years ago before you started at
No, but
United.
You sent me a picture of your show notes, and it says when Dan started at United Airlines.
Yeah, but my mom wanted me to say that you started at Goodwill before you started.
Before that, okay, yeah. And so let me kind of, yeah. That's right. Okay, so when your sister Kate, your twin sister Kate had her wedding rehearsal that day, what day is that? November 2nd, whatever. That day was my last day at Goodwill.
Yes.
Like, I left there in the late morning and evening went to your twin sister Kate's wedding rehearsal. So, and with that, the reason why it was my last day at Goodwill is because I'm one of the first 4 Special Olympics athletes who are employees at United Airlines at O'Hare Airport in Chicago. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So, next, the first date.
The very first date.
I feel like we should have said that first because it's the first date.
Yeah.
But let's. The frame that I had, the second frame of that picture that I have, broke. So now I don't have it on my desk anymore. But that was when we saw the movie Cinderella, right?
Yes. And then we went to oh my God. I think that was from when we went to Cooper's Hawk for dinner.
No, I think that was a different date. That was a New Year's Eve date night.
Okay. No. Okay.
Which is related to dates and birthday. So yeah, Cooper's Hawk, which is a winery. We went to the one that's located in Oak Park. So we definitely recommend. We want to go there again, and yeah. So let's move quickly on because 2 minutes before I want to take a sponsor break, and so Christmas cards. I've got a whole bunch of Christmas, like a couple of them that we took.
Yeah, well, they're actually in my game room.
Yeah, and they're actually in my room on top of my bookshelf. So with that being said, so we have that, and we'll probably do another one this show, maybe. Holiday dates and birthdays, we kind of mentioned that already. Karen Milligan matched us together. Thank you, Karen.
Wait,
hold on. Thank you, Karen, for being a matchmaker.
We did have the very
right? Yeah, I know. So.
And then we had sport dates.
Yeah, like the White Sox, the DePaul game.
Yes.
Those 2 examples. Okay. The Sox game was with your twin sister Kate and your mom and her friends, and then the DePaul game was with Chris Winston and his 2 sons and my dad.
Yes. That's pretty much about it.
Now we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break to mention our sponsors. And we'll first do a PSA break for the PSA for the Inclusion Revolution. But when we come back, we will get to hear 2 fun facts related to our relationship. So that's coming up way after the break. Keep listening to the Daniel and Georgia Show on SpecialChronicles.com. We'll be right back.
COVID-19.
We'll be right back.
We're not just athletes.
We are the ambassadors of an uprising.
Peaceful protesters.
In a rebellion against anyone
who has a fear of difference.
Difference.
Our demands are
equality,
dignity,
and the recognition of our shared humanity.
We will not stop
or accept anything less.
Today, our world is
more divided than ever.
And coming together has never been more urgent.
The revolution
is inclusion.
Find out more at jointherevolution.org.
This episode is brought to you by listeners like you. Please support this podcast at specialchronicles.com/give. That's specialchronicles.com/give. This episode is brought to you by
the ComEd Energy Force Ambassador Program. The Energy Force is the country's first energy efficiency education program designed for and taught by people with disabilities. ComEd is powering lives and radio is powering us here at Special Chronicles. Learn more at specialchronicles.com/ComEd. That's specialchronicles.com/ComEd. We thank ComEd for the generous support of Special Chronicles.
This episode is brought to you by listeners like you. Please support this podcast at specialchronicles.com/give. That's specialchronicles.com/give.
You're listening to the Daniel and Georgia Show. My name is Daniel from specialchronicles.com and danielandgeorgia.com. And
I am also known as Chef G at Georgia's Kitchen and Dan's True Love.
Cutest True Love. I just had to add that little part in there.
That's fine.
So, fun facts. So just so our listeners know this, Georgia is going to tell you, dear listeners, you listening right now. Yes, you listening with your earbuds on your smart speaker, wherever you're listening right now. You're driving. You driving right there, listening. We see you. I mean, we see each other. We see you, right? We see you listening. And Georgia, my cutest true love, is gonna give you one fun fact about us, and then I'll give you a second fun follow-up, a fun fact. So you get 2 fun facts because there's 2 of us, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. So my number one fun fact is at first I was really nervous when he put our relationship online.
We talked about it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. You just tell a story. Okay. I know. Yeah, it was true.
Then once I got to know him a lot better, I was blushing a lot, and I smile when his name comes up. And it made me happy as well. And he is my other half in my life.
So that's the fun fact is when you change your profile to, relationship with me, Daniel.
Yes, I was.
Oh yeah, what were you saying?
I was single, but then I noticed that you put the relationship online, and I was really when I just said that I was really nervous about seeing that, and we were totally being honest to each other. And when I saw it, I was extremely happy.
Well, and I did that after we talked, and so, and we've said this on past shows before, but the reason why it's been 5 years is because those first few years, we didn't really publicly put it out on social media. We didn't publicly put it out online, or even just publicly at all. It really wasn't until the past couple of years when we really told people about us, right?
Yeah.
And speaking of my fun fact, is something that really you came up with, but it's a fun fact because it's a fun fact. So you know how like in TV shows and movies and people have like relationship nicknames where you combine the two names. So Georgia, if you look on Georgia's Facebook page, in parentheses, you have I guess what the kids call it a ship name. Yeah, the kids call it a ship name. So a relationship nickname, a ship name. I'm trying to be. I know you guys can't tell. I know the audio podcast listeners can't tell from my sound of my old voice, and the viewers can't tell by my lack of hair. You can laugh anytime. There you go. Oh, okay. So, our ship name, like the kids, I can be hip, right? I'm hip. Right?
Yes, baby.
Yes, baby. You can agree with me anytime. You can agree with me anytime. I'm hip, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so being the hip people that we have a ship name, and that's drumroll. I know. You think I would have that sound effect. Clearly, I do not have that sound effect on here. So, some sound effects are queued up. Some we have to make up ourselves. So, it is. There you go. Yeah. Okay. So, it is Geniel, G-A-N-I-E-L.
That's correct.
How did you come up with that?
Well, I came up with it because all the couples that I knew who are actors, they can have their own nickname. And I found it on Rivendell, which is an app, and they choose different nicknames.
Yeah, it's a TV show. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah. So, and speaking of that, does your twin sister Kate and her husband have the nickname? Because just so our listeners know that your twin sister Kate married a Daniel. So both you guys, twins, both fell in love with people with the same name, right?
Exactly. That is the one thing that me and my twin sister have in common, is that I'm dating a Dan, and Kate married one.
And if you
a Daniel.
And if you marry me, then there will be 2 Daniels in the family?
Probably, yeah. We have 2 Daniels in the family.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys, that's just, if it gets confusing, watch it. Pretty soon we're going to have like all Daniels on the show. It'll be the Daniel show. Yeah, let's not get there. Okay. So, good. So, any other memories from date nights past?
No, not that I remember right now.
Can I just say, you look so cute sitting there. I wish we could be in person so I could cuddle with you right now. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, this top that I'm wearing was one of the outfits that I've had when we had our date nights.
Yes.
And plus the necklace as well, but not the beret. So
okay, awesome. So, and I'm wearing I probably should have dressed a little more. / maybe nothing. Oh wait, hold on. That's getting a little scandalizing for all our kid listeners. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't say that on air. Right? Wearing nothing?
No. No, you can't say that. You have to wear like.
Yes, I'm wearing.
Okay, so you wear nice shirts.
I do. I wear nice shirts. Okay, that's good. So, should we get ready to call up one of our listeners?
Yes, please.
It's a popular segment that we have called. It's called?
Phone calls.
Phone calls with listeners. Easy enough, right? Oh, you look so cute, smiling.
Thanks.
Let's go ahead and call.
I love your smile too.
Yep, and let's go ahead and call up Ian from Great Britain, second most listened spot. We're going to add him to the call so our viewers can see. We're calling him up. Let's see if he picks up. Any moment now. It's calling. I don't know if you can hear. Let's see if we have any live listeners. Oh, we don't. Ian, it's calling. Hey, Ian.
Oh.
Hey, Dan, how are you?
You're calling in now, just so you know, Great Britain, the UK, Great Britain is the second most listened country of all podcasts on SpecialChronicles.com.
Exactly. Thanks to my little word of input to my little friends out there to get them tuning in. So,
yes.
Gave it a bit of a boost. How are you?
Good. And this is the first time that you are live. Well, by the way, you probably know this. Have you been listening to the show live? This is the Daniel and Georgia show.
Yes, absolutely. I've been trying to get in, but I had a few technology problems, unfortunately. So, it's always the UK that seems to have problems.
You're going to have to listen to the show on demand. Hopefully I can put it up either later tonight or tomorrow, Monday morning. And so
I can't wait for that.
Season 2, Episode 6, the Daniel and Georgia show. Memories from Date Nights Past. So it's kind of like a little twist on the Christmas Carol movie. So memories from Date Night Past. So everybody that we wanted to have on couldn't. They were busy. So like the person from Special Olympics Illinois, who kind of is a matchmaker, one of the staff, she was busy. So this is the first time that you all getting to meet my cutest true love live on, and why not do it on a live podcast of the Daniel and Georgia show?
Why not?
So
it's my motto: go big or go home. Basically.
So let's do the introductions. And by the way, Georgia, Ian knows a lot about you because when we were in DC, when we were in Abu Dhabi, when we were in Dublin, when we were just traveling the globe from DC to Abu Dhabi to Dublin, Ian knows a lot about you. And so let's do a round of introductions with how should I do this? Georgia, meet my fellow SSIGM, Ian from Great Britain, and Ian, meet my cutest true love, Georgia.
Hi.
Hey, Georgia. Good to meet you at last. And don't worry, all the things that Daniel's been telling me about you is also good. So.
Well, I would hope so.
He's been thinking about me all day, and I've been thinking about him as well.
Oh, cool. That's great.
Now, hey, speaking of our time in Dublin, I'm drinking Irish breakfast hot tea with milk, skim milk.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
are you drinking tea too?
I still won't forget. Yes, I am drinking tea as well back in the UK. I mean, I know that makes the spritz a bit boring, but you know, it's.
You're drinking tea too? You said you're drinking tea too?
Yes, I'm drinking tea right now at the moment.
So let's we've got about 15 minutes left in the program today, but let's tell our listeners and let's tell Georgia, and Georgia can comment too, but let's tell her about some of the adventures that we had, some of what we should do is I don't know. She'll like this. we should call up our other fellow SSIGM, Hannah, and Ian, but can I say this?
Yes, go ahead.
Ian, can I say this?
Yes, you can.
So, Georgia, Hannah, a fellow SSIGM from Colorado, is Ian. I don't know if I should say this.
No. It's just a friendship for now.
It's just a friendship for now. Yes, it's just a colleague. Yeah, let's leave it at that because I remember the conversations we had in Dublin. Okay, I guess I know. And
hey, you're letting your imagination run away with you, son.
Yes. So, yeah. So let's. Hey. So yeah. Maybe this is what. Okay. So listeners can go back in time. You can go back in time, and listen to an episode where the video edition has over 1,000 views. That was when you were on back in July 2019. And we'll put a link to that in the show notes, specialchronicles.com for the Daniel and Georgia show, season 2, episode 6. And so, but let's give Georgia, my cutest true love, a chance to, because he comes up with the most awesomeness questions for our live listeners. This segment, Ian, is called, this segment is called Phone Calls with Listeners? Live phone calls with listeners? Phone calls with listeners? Is that what you said, Georgia?
Yes, that's what I just said.
This segment is called Phone Calls with Listeners. It's not a cheesy name at all. It's a great name because it says what it is. And so, I know, I'm laughing.
You always make it so cheesy. You really make it so cheesy, matey.
Yes, he does.
Hey, what can I tell you? I like my cheese.
Yeah, too much of it, in fact.
Brought to you.
What the? I like my cheese. So
do I, actually. I must confess, I'm a guilty obsession of cheese, but never mind.
Okay, so I'm going to kick off with the first question, and then Georgia's going to go ahead and ask you a bunch of questions that she always asks all live listeners, right? Georgia?
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
So the first question is, let's go around the room. Let's go around this virtual Skype room and say, what is your favorite cheese?
That would be a good start to a question. That would be cheddar cheese.
Georgia?
Well, my favorite cheese is Havarti.
And my favorite cheese is Swiss.
Oh yeah, Swiss.
And just so you know, there's no holes in that story with why I like Swiss cheese.
Exactly.
Get it? Because there's holes in Swiss cheese.
Exactly.
Oh, don't you love my cheese joke?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, just so you know, Ian, in the first 2 segments of the program today, Georgia loves me, as you know, so much, and she loves my smile. She loves my jokes. She loves everything about me. I mean, I do too. Let's just okay. So, Georgia, love.
Yes.
Love. My cutest love. My cutest true love.
Thank you, Eddie.
Do you want to ask Ian, my SSIGM Ian, some questions?
Okay. So you are in the. I never been to the UK. So can you tell me what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do during the day?
Wait. Hold on. Wait. Back up. Isn't Dublin in the UK? Or am I wrong?
God.
Dublin's actually the capital city of the Republic of Ireland.
And is Ireland in the UK?
No, Ireland's a separate entity. The only bit that's part of the UK is Northern Ireland. That's where Belfast and Londonderry is.
So Dublin is not in the UK?
Nope. Dublin is a separate country. Dublin is the Republic of Ireland.
Okay, well, we've got one of our UK listeners on the show, so you will know. Okay, Georgia. I'm not going to correct you anymore because you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not going to be correcting you on air. Hey, this is real life, folks. The Daniel and Georgia show is real life conversation. So that's what you get. Real life. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Listen again.
So Ian, can you tell me what you do?
Yes, I'm a director of a care company in the UK, and I have been doing this for 10 years now. Funnily enough, it's for people with intellectual disabilities in supported living, but I'm also the current Sergeant Shriver International Global Messenger for Special Olympics, representing the Europe-Eurasia region, and which means I represent 58 countries between Great Britain and Azerbaijan. And I'm also the current chair of the athlete leadership team for Special Olympics Great Britain. And I'm working alongside another great friend of Daniel's, which is number 2, Kira Byland, who's vice chair for Special Olympics GB's ALT team, but also current chair of Special Olympics Europe Eurasia's Athlete Leadership Council.
And so you're one of... No, go ahead.
That is so cool, Ian.
So,
thank you, George.
Ian, you're one of the co-chairs of your athlete leadership team
in Great Britain, yes.
And I am one of the co-chairs of our athlete leadership AIC athlete leadership team for here in Illinois, in the U.S. So yeah, we have that in common. So I wonder why we're SSIGMs. I don't wonder why. I mean, that makes sense why we're SSIGMs, I should say. Just in case Amelie Klingo listens to this. Let me backtrack. Let me rewind there. What I meant to say is, that's why we're SSIGMs. Oh man, Amelie's gonna love this. Right? Okay. Emily loves us too much, right?
Well, yeah, baby.
Klingo.
It's very funny.
Okay. Next question.
Okay. What do you do in your spare time, Ian?
I actually am currently at the moment, as we're in the middle of a pandemic, as we all know, I'm currently learning to speak many different European language. So I'm currently learning, obviously I'm still beginner at the moment because I only just started the last week or so, but I'm currently learning French, German, Dutch, Italian and Spanish, so that's 5 languages.
I'm German and a little bit of Spanish myself.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah.
I totally knew that. Wait.
And I'm also Scottish and Irish, so I have a little mix of everything. I don't really speak fluent in any language, but that's how I was raised.
So one of these days, Georgia and I will have to come and either visit you, or sometime you, Ian, and Hannah, and Georgia and me can all wait.
Yeah.
No, wait. I mean, yeah, hang out. As friends.
Do you want to do?
It's not a double date. In case Emily Klingo is listening, it's not a double date. Oh, in case anybody, it's not.
Ian and his colleague and the 2 of us.
Yes, so it's a
exactly.
Put it that way, colleague.
It's colleagues with a couple. Yes.
There you go.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah, it has a nice twist to it.
It does have a twist to it. And Hannah get us a discount at the Olive Garden if we go to Littleton, Colorado.
Absolutely. Let's hope so, eh?
Hey, I know that Hannah's listening to this program right now, so.
Oh, absolutely.
If you're listening, Ian, do you want to tell Hannah anything on you? Keep it G rated.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Han, hope you're well. Obviously, I know it's very difficult with the pandemic we're going through at the moment, but stay safe, and we look forward to meeting up again when the pandemic is over, getting back to do what we do best, which is working as SSIGMs.
Yes. I mean, we're still working as SSIGMs. Which, speaking of that, Georgia, and Cutest to Love, already knows this because she knows. I tell her everything.
Yes,
but,
you do.
Ian, I want to tell you this. Guess what I had to do? Work on this weekend. It's athlete SSIGM. Well, kind of. Okay. I had to write. First time I had to do this in since becoming an athlete, leader since becoming an SSIGM, I had to write a 1-minute speech for our virtual opening ceremony for the Summer Games.
Okay.
Oh, awesome.
Georgia, I told you this. Okay. Wait.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's not meant to be a joke. I just clicked the wrong button. And then I clicked the
you pushed the wrong button. What a surprise.
And then I always push the wrong buttons. Oh, wait. Speaking of, okay, hold on. So if people listen to the very beginning of the when you were on the show, Ian, tell Georgia what it's a phrase that you guys, it's a British phrase that you guys say, but I kind of thought it was funny, and we kicked off your first appearance on the Special Chronicles show with this.
This was actually
Sunshine.
Just before. Yeah, this was just before the show started. Actually, this was even before the recording started. I mean,
I put this on the recording.
Yes, you did. You did put it on the recording, and I said, right then, when you're ready, Sunshine, let's get the show on the road, rocking and rolling. You know, and
I love it, Ian. I love it.
And do you realise as well, out of all the recordings I've got, out of all the interviews that
you've done.
We ended up doing the longest. It was like nearly 2 hours.
Like an hour and 44 minutes?
Yeah, it was. I mean, all the other guests you had was about like an hour. I go in and cause havoc and cause nearly 2 hours of it. But hey,
let me just say, when my mom listened to that, she was like, "This is one part that you should edit out." Okay. Georgia, anything else that you want to ask Ian? Because we've got about 3 minutes left of the hour.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, I don't. Sorry.
You don't? What?
I wasn't prepared to ask Ian some questions.
What? We never want an assignment. It's supposed to be a real life conversation. We call up listeners on the air, like call up, call up our friends. We call up listeners on the air, like we call up our friends.
Okay, I have a question. Ian, what is your favorite sport?
In Special Olympics?
In Special Olympics.
I think the one favourite sport I have to conclude is it's the sport I do back in SOGB in track and field or athletics, especially when it comes to the sprints, because especially when you do the 100s, 200 shot put and the 4x1 relay. So I do that a lot back in the UK. And I've even had to do a 200 meters run event in a rainstorm. That was a good many years ago. Never recommend it because you'll end up drowning, like if you're in the Arctic Sea.
That's actually pretty cool, Ian. I actually did track and field.
Oh, really?
You did?
Yeah, I did. I did the 100-meter dash. I did one in long jump and a shot put.
Oh, excellent.
Awesome.
Yeah, I came in first place in all 3 of those categories.
Well done.
Okay, seeing that we're at 59 minutes, I don't want to keep saying the time, but like we wrap up and say how people can join the conversation and send email and send feedback to us. But before we do that, I just want to mention that people want to subscribe to our newsletter. They can go to DanielAndGeorgia.com and subscribe to our newsletter, which is the Special Chronicles newsletter. But just go there. Ian, I'm going to give you an opportunity to ask 2 questions off the top of your head. Ask Georgia 1 question and ask me 1 question. It could be the same question if you want.
It can be anything.
Anything. Nothing is off the table.
Okay.
It can be scandalous if you want. I mean, it can get personal if you want. I mean, it can be anything.
No, careful. Be careful what you wish for, Daniel. Be careful what you wish for.
I don't know what you're thinking. So I mean, it could be anything. No, it can be anything.
Exactly. I mean, first question I'd have to say to you, Dan, and then obviously I will get to Georgia, and then maybe sneak in for both of you.
Okay.
But to you, Dan, first, I think if you had to pick your favourite moments you've done so far, because bearing in mind, at the end of this year, we'll be halfway through our SSIGM term. Bearing in mind, we're going to be doing this for 4 years in total, and then after this, we will never get an opportunity again.
Well, not an SSIGM opportunity, but there'll be other opportunities.
Oh, yeah, there'll be other opportunities, but I was talking about the SSIGM specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, the SSIGM specifically. If you had to pick a favourite moment of the SSIGM stuff we've done so far, what has been your highlight so far?
Let's see. There's a lot of highlights. Oh, that's a tough question. Let's see. Highlight. Let's see. Well, Dublin was fun, but let's see. This was fun. This is a hard question, but I have to say Abu Dhabi, and in particular, when both of us co-hosted, both of us were 2 of the hosts of the Abu Dhabi Daily Show, and Whitty hosting that podcast series on SpecialOlympics.org, and also that Coca-Cola lunch, to have the opportunity to lead that on behalf of all, when we all stood in line, and there were all these celebrities like Michelle Kwan and Apollo Antonono and DeCumbre and the whole Shriver family, and all these celebrities, and the chairman of Coca-Cola standing next to Tim Shriver and standing next to me, and it's and then you and Emmanuel and Brina and Asib and Nasha and did I leave anyone off? Curtis. I can't forget him. And did I leave anybody off? Renee. Yes.
Renee.
Yes.
Mariam as well.
Mariam, yeah. So clearly we all know each other. And so, but that moment at the Coca-Cola luncheon, the Western one, that was so much fun. I mean, it took us a lot of practice to go over our introductions.
Yeah.
And when we went over those practices, I didn't have my speech with me when we were practicing. So I was saying, blah, 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 blah. This is my blah, 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 blah speech. That was doing practice. But
exactly.
I probably should have had it on my phone, and then I probably should have actually read it, practiced, when everybody else was practicing. But it is what it is. So yeah, that was probably. There was a lot of moments, but those were probably my 2 favorite moments.
That's cool. I think I agree with you. The Coca-Cola was one of my favourites, but the other one, which I think you have to agree, which comes pretty close second, is, can you remember when there was you, me, Hazib, and Hannah went on that the fastest roller coaster in the world, which was Ferrari World
with Amelie's husband Nick.
And you know how you're supposed to be going on it, at least once. So I think we was on it for about 11 times, 12 times. That's how addictive we was.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was fun. So, okay, for the sake of time, let's get to your question for Georgia. My cutest true love. And then a question for both of us. So be kind. But
I'm always kind, Daniel. I always am.
Okay.
Oh, take me for.
I know you are. I know you are. Okay. What?
Easy, Daniel.
Hey, this is
I'm
when,
just joking around here.
when you're among friends across international waters. That's when you're talking with friends across the pond. You across the pond, right? When
Exactly.
you talk to friends across the pond, I mean, this is what happens. Okay, so what?
Yeah. I think. Georgia, I do have a question for you, which is basically what else do you get up to in your spare time when you're not doing the shows with Daniel?
Well, in my spare time, I play my drums. I'm a drummer. I love to read books. I love listening to music.
Cool.
And I love chatting with my girlfriends.
And you forgot the best one.
And also do my spare time.
Cuddle with me.
I'm trying to say it.
Okay.
And I also like to talk to Daniel after I'm done talking with anyone.
And cuddle with me.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I like to cuddle with Daniel.
So, hold true love. Okay. Question for you, Ian, before you get to a question for both of us. What time is it in the UK?
It's currently about 20 to 1 in the morning in the UK. So we're a good 5-6 hours ahead. But don't worry.
1:20 in the morning?
No, about 12:40. It's 40 minutes past midnight in the UK.
12:40.
What the? You're talking in the middle of the night?
Bingo. Mind you, years ago, I used to DJ a lot at doing working late nights, so I'm used to it.
I should know these late nights because we had late nights in Dublin.
Oh, yeah.
Georgia, did you know that Ian and I had some late night conversations in Dublin at the hotel?
No, because I was still in Oregon visiting my cousins.
Yes. I did. From the hotel. Wait. Hey. So Ian, didn't I tell you I was going to call Georgia?
Yes, you did. You told me that when
Georgia, did I call you from the hotel?
You actually did call me, but I was in bed at that hour.
I was getting in bed too. I mean, I was. I don't know about your hotel room, Ian, in Dublin, but like those rooms were small. Those rooms were old. Those rooms were. It's like. It was great. I mean, it was a great, quaint little room, but it was like. I felt like I was gonna hit my head in the bathtub. I mean. I didn't take a bath. I took a shower. I just.
Yeah, well, considering the rooms we were in, it was so small. It felt like we was up in the attic or something on the house. The room was
the attic.
Georgia,
it felt like we was in the attic more than a hotel room.
So speaking of that, okay. So speaking of those late nights, let's now get to a final question to wrap up the season 2, episode 6 of the Daniel and Georgia show. Before we let you go to sleep, Ian.
Don't worry, matey. I probably won't be able to sleep for a bit afterwards anyway. I mean, I'm still tired because of having the
tea.
No.
The tea will wake you up.
Yeah, no, a Eurovision weekend actually, which took place yesterday. So
you have to tell me about that off air. Not on the show. On a flagship program, the Special Chronicles show.
Oh yeah, we'll be able to do that in a future show, so it will be revealed.
Just not on the Daniel and Georgia show, but on the Special Chronicles show.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. I'm saving that, but just gave a little preview. Click in.
Okay. So, let's wrap this up. You get the final question for us, Ian.
Thank you very much. My question is to both of you, actually. The Prince and Princesses of Special Olympics, I call you, which is true.
Can we just can we tweet that? Can we make a meme out of that? Can we make a meme out of that? A meme?
Yeah, why not? Go for it.
Do you know what a meme is? It's a graphic with text, right? Isn't that what a meme is? Okay. Let's make a meme out of that. Okay. Somebody listening, we'll make a meme and we'll put it out on our at Daniel and Georgia social media. Okay. Ready? Are you okay, Georgia?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Ian, your question for us.
Thank you very much. I would say to ask both of you is, considering that you have a very good relationship and have been for what, half a decade now? What is it, 5-6 years?
5 years.
5 years.
Five years.
Next few months will be 6 years.
No. March 2021 will be 6 years.
Okay, sorry about what I just said.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get the facts right. Okay.
Exactly. Oh dear, it always causes havoc every time I turn up. If it's an interview or an office, I cause havoc, unfortunately, but that's just me.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you very much.
What the? Georgia, I say that with love because I love you too much. I mean, come on.
My question to both of you, before I forget, is, as you've been together for 5 years, and has there been, and I've heard your shows in the past about favorite past love dates or anything. Have you got any
love dates?
Future plans for future dating going forward?
Future dating or just future us together?
Basically, just you two specifically. Any in terms of any future plans. Whether it's a meal out or a holiday or a vacation or anything like that.
Well, we were talking about that he will leave the Grange and to live with me in a park.
Oh, cool. I think that's...
We haven't said that publicly. This is the first time we're getting some juicy stuff out of us.
Oh, dear.
No, Georgia, it's good. It's just Ian's getting some juicy stuff out of us. Okay.
Don't listen. Don't worry, Daniel. I'm used to it, mate. I'm used to it.
Yeah, and as for Georgia, can I say, as for...
Yeah, go ahead.
As for getting... I don't know if this is where you're getting... If this answers your question, Ian, but as for getting married, is that part of your question?
It just depends. I was just saying dating specifically, you know what I mean? Because
okay, I won't even get there. Okay, then let's just disregard what I said. I'm not publicly okay. Just for the listeners, no, we haven't. There's nothing coming on that front, right, Georgia?
Right, not at the moment. We're just trying to find a way to live on our own, which is moving forward.
Yeah, and with that, one of the things, the way to answer your question, Ian, is so Georgia's older sister Emma lives in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. And so one of the things with my travel United Airlines employee benefits, we can travel for free on United if I get Georgia like a family buddy friend, extended friend pass. I don't know. I forgot what it's called. Extended friend pass, something like that. And so then we can both travel for free to go visit her sister.
Oh, that's cool. That's absolutely.
We've never traveled together before.
Yeah, we've never traveled ever.
Well, no, I mean, we've traveled independently, like with our families.
Yeah.
And Special Olympics, we've traveled, but like not together. So that's something that we want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it'll be really good. Oh, hang on. Oh, there you go.
Oh, hold on. Whoops, sorry.
What just happened here?
Big Dan's phone.
Hold on. Sorry, folks. We have a flash flood warning in this area till 10:15 Central Time. So
No, I think
we've got some storms here, so okay. You have to disregard that if you hold that on the audio.
Yeah, I think that's a really good answer because it's about you moving forward. It's about taking the next step in terms of traveling together, because it is quite a big thing, because I know that you've been a lot with your families and great families, by the way, and that. So I think it's good that you've taken it forward into the magic. Dan, what are you doing? You're not playing like as if it's a violin, for goodness sake. Oh dear.
I was petting it. Like you pet your dog or cat.
Oh God.
Or Georgia.
I'm probably not going to say a word, otherwise I'm in trouble.
It's just going in a whole other direction here. I'm just taking this on.
Oh, okay. I'm in the moment.
This is real life, folks. This is what you get.
My boyfriend can be of a Looney Tune. And by that, I mean he's
in a good way.
Funny.
And with that, this is how Georgia and I hang out.
Okay. Moving on.
Yes, move it swiftly on, Daniel, otherwise you will be in the doghouse, as we call it in the UK.
Georgia, I'm not in the doghouse, am I?
Ian, I wanted to say that you actually made my night because I never talked to someone in the UK before. So thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, Georgia. I'll take that as a real huge compliment. And it's actually lovely talking to you at last, because I know that Daniel has been saying all the good praises about you, lovely praises about you,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially when we had that conversation, if you remember, we was in Dublin last year, and
may I ask what he said about me?
Before we get to that, Georgia, Ian will answer your question. But first, Ian, I have to say, I wish we could have had a Guinness together. Next time we'll have to have a Guinness or beer together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I should look forward to that. And I think it'll be, and I think as you said from earlier on, it'll be good for you to visit the UK. Okay, it's not as glamorous as the US, but it will do quite nicely. So,
and I can travel for really very, 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 very cheap. So, do you want to answer Georgia's question? And then we'll call this episode a wrap.
Absolutely. I think to answer one.
Wait, and then we will tie a nice little bow on this episode. Get it? We'll tie a nice little bow. Okay. So we mind our listeners, we mind Ian, and mainly we mind myself. The final question that you're asking, Georgia. That's your line. That's your line.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Here's my question.
The question
on a rainy day.
No, the question that you just asked.
That's not what I.
No, what was the question that you just asked? What was the question that you just asked?
I think it was the question regarding what I think you said, Georgia. Correct me if I'm wrong here. I think you asked me what did Daniel say about you when he was in Dublin.
Yes, good, Ian. Yeah, yes, that's a good question.
Let's
be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a good conversation because I think we came out of one restaurant. We came out the restaurant the one night. Can you remember when it was me, you, Curtis, and Nyasha downstairs in an underground bar in Dublin?
Yes.
And you remember Nyasha was dancing on the stage with I know. I wanted to do that. You wanted to do that. Yeah, exactly. But it was great that NASA did it instead.
Yes.
Did it instead because at least it kept. But no, we had a heart-to-heart conversation. Yeah, we had a heart-to-heart conversation about stuff, and
Georgia. We had a heart-to-heart conversation.
You guys had a heart-to-heart conversation
about you.
Oh, about me. Okay, so tell me.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Let's recreate it in like a quick minute.
Okay.
So I said, okay, we'll give you the Cliff Notes version, Georgia. So because we don't have a lot of time. So I said, there's this cutest true love of mine that's so cute and attractive, and that I want to cuddle with every night. That is such a catch and so cute that you should meet.
Yeah, and absolutely. I mean, that's cute. I mean, the fact that
and now tell her what I already said. No, I'm kidding.
No, I was just going to say briefly, and that's great because, as I said to you before, you both are the prince and princesses of Special Olympics. Who needs Mickey and Minnie Mouse when you got Daniel and Georgia? So there you go.
We were just compared to as the Mickey and Minnie Mouse of Special Olympics.
Correct. You got it in one.
Okay, so basically I am Minnie Mouse and my boyfriend is Mickey Mouse.
Can we make a meme of that? Wow.
I love it, Ian. That's really good.
Can we make a meme of that?
Yeah, why not? As they say in my motto in the UK, go big or go home.
Thank you.
Okay, that's awesome. So, anything else that we talked about?
Yeah, and then we...
About Georgia. What else did we say about her?
I thought you wanted to do a brief conversation about it, no, because you got a show to wrap up now, Sunshine. I mean, come on.
Yes, we do. Let's just say I said, Ian, I told you when we were in Dublin that this cutest true love of mine is the one that I want to cuddle with every night and be with.
You really said that to Ian when you were in Ireland?
Yes, he did. He told me as a witness.
Did I say that?
Yes, you did. And in fact, you said along the lines of, and you said along the lines of, I can't wait to enjoy spending the rest of my life with her from now to the end of time. Thank you very much. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was what he said in Dublin. You told me, Daniel. You told me, and I remember it so well.
We kicked off this episode, season 2, episode 6 of the Daniel and Georgia Show, with an emotional opening segment, and we'll continue this episode with an emotional last segment. So, any final words, Ian? How can people connect and follow you on their social medias?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn as well. So I've got all multiple medias. I've technically got Snapchat as well, actually. Yes, I've got 5 social media platforms.
Are you on that TikTok thing? Because I don't understand that. I'm too old for that. We are too old for that. All of us are too old for that.
Yeah, as far as both of us are concerned, I think we're a bit too old for that.
Georgia's too old for that too, because we're the same age.
Oh no!
We're the same age.
Ian,
Georgia and
I'm actually going to be 32 this summer, so I'm pretty much older than he is.
Was only 6 months. Come on.
6 months.
Come on. Only 6 months, Ian. Come on. Basically the same age.
We're the same age, so it's fine.
It's fine. It's all good.
So good.
It's all good. The show must go. The show must go on. You know, as they say, it's the greatest show on earth. But
Georgia loves the funny parts of me. The funny wait, that could go in the funny parts of me, and the attractiveness of me.
Yes, exactly.
Makes sense. Yes.
Yeah.
We're glad to call you brother from another. Trying to be hip here. Brother from another mother. Is that how the kids say it? I don't know what I'm trying to be hip here. I mean, come on.
Basically, I think you were just going to try to say.
Our friend from across the pond.
Yep, it's my best friend from across the pond. You know, so it's.
With that, we're going to go ahead and sign up. Well, we move you from the call so we can wrap up. But Ian, thank you for. Do you have any feedback for this show, the Daniel and Georgia show?
I think it's a fantastic show, and what I will say this, and I am going to do this the same as I did with Special Chronicles last year, is, guys, if you haven't seen the Daniel and Georgia show, please, 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 I urge you to go in and listen or watch the show because honestly, those two will have your hearts melting, you know, and that's a really positive thing. And I would say is if you don't tune into the Daniel and Georgia show, well, then basically it's a case of where's your imagination? So yeah, please tune into the Daniel and Georgia show because the more viewers you can get, the better. Just like you did on Special Chronicles, you know, it's a great show. It's a lovely format. It's basically the Mickey and Minnie Mouse of Special Olympics and a better looking version of them doing fantastic shows together. And so I urge you to tune into the Daniel and Georgia show. Thank you very much.
I'm going to edit that out.
Nice to meet you, Ian.
Yes, it was lovely to see you, Georgia. Thank you so much.
You're my new friend.
Lovely seeing you again, Ian. Always lovely talking to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, both. Thank you very much, both, for having me on the show. And I'm so pleased to be your new friend too, Georgia. And Daniel, best.
What can you say?
The rest of the show. All right, mate.
Thank you. All right, man. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later, mate.
Bye.
There you go. Ian left the call, and I was also talking to Ian. I know the show was a little longer than usual, but it is what it is. We're going to have to edit that little clip that we view because we have to put that little video we view out because
I seriously love Ian because he has the best laugh, and not just you, but you have the best laugh as well.
Okay, good.
But I love talking to him more. He's more energized.
Should we have Ian on again? I feel like we need to have him again.
Yeah, absolutely.
So with that, how can people can join the conversation and show feedback with us?
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
How can people share feedback with us? This show. You can private message us on Facebook Messenger at m.me/Daniel and Georgia. Just go to Daniel at Daniel Georgia Facebook page. You can also DM us on Instagram at Daniel and Georgia, or on Twitter we are Daniel.
Hashtag Daniel and Georgia Show.
Yes, hashtag Daniel and Georgia Show. You can also email us, Daniel and Georgia at specialchronicles.com.
And then you can tag us on social media, hashtag Daniel and Georgia Show.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah.
Oh.
You can also visit our digital home, danielandgeorgia.com. You can watch us on TV, the digital TV airwaves, tv.danielandgeorgia.com/watch. You can also visit our Special Chronicles show page, which is can be found at specialchronicles.com/Daniel and Georgia show. So we hope you have enjoyed this episode. We will be back next week with talking about some topic that we will come up with / our daily lives. Maybe what we should do, Georgia, is, I mean, it's good to come up with all these topics, but maybe what we should do is kind of going forward. We can still talk about different topics, but maybe what we should just do is just talk about what we have done during the week.
I think that'd be a good idea.
kind of like a regular FaceTime date chats, but like make that be the episode.
Yeah, I think we can talk about what we have been doing for the week.
During the week.
Yeah.
And we will, of course, call you listeners on our fairly popular listener call-in show. Listener call-in show. No, listener call-in segment. Whatever it is. You know what it is.
Wait, are you talking about how to call people, you mean?
Yeah. We will call listeners, right?
Instead of saying prank calls, we're just going to call it phone calls.
Yes. Phone calls with listeners.
With listeners. Yes.
Listener phone calls. Listener phone calls. That's what we're going to call it. Listener phone calls. So until then, you have been listening to the Daniel and Georgia show with Daniel. With Daniel.
And Georgia.
And we hope that you will show unconditional love, show compassion, stay safe, stay healthy, and remember, choose to include. We'll see you next week.
See ya. What?
Until next week, remember, choose to include.
Special Chronicles. Giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
Stop that.